in my experience with real estate investing, there are oftentimes two camps of people. There are the people who get excited about investing and they just go flying off into the deep end without learning maybe as much as they should, and they end up getting themselves in trouble because they flew off into the deep end too soon, forgot to put their floaties on. The other camp of people are the ones who do take some time to learn things, but they keep not getting started. Sometimes it's for analysis paralysis, but part of analysis paralysis is they're waiting on the perfect property. Okay, I admire that, and way to be cautious and not go flying off into the deep end like the other camp of people. I'm going to focus on you, the person who is in the camp of waiting to find the perfect property. Maybe this is a certain cash flow amount. Maybe this is, who knows what you're waiting on. But I want to address a couple things. Now, the problem with waiting for the perfect property to get started, there's actually 3 problems, and I'm going to tell you what those 3 things are. If you're already resonating with what I'm saying, hit that like button. If you have no clue what I'm saying, props to you for continuing to watch this video. You might learn something anyways. Also hit that like button. Okay, now, 3 reasons why I don't think that you should wait for the absolute perfect property before you get started. And because I'm in rental property world, I'm mostly talking about rental properties, but you can apply this to whatever type of investing you're doing. So, reason number 1 to not wait for the perfect property. Guess what? There's no such thing as the perfect property. Well, that was easy. So if there's no such thing as the perfect property, why are you trying to find it? Even the properties that look like they should be perfect, it's not a guarantee. This is a huge argument against analysis paralysis and allowing yourself to stay stuck in analysis, because you can do analysis until the cows come home. It's not going to guarantee that you're going to be successful. Analysis paralysis tends to come from either a place of overwhelm or a place of fear. Looking for the perfect property comes from that place of fear because you want to ensure, as much as you think you're insuring anything, that nothing bad's going to happen. That is not a big-time investor mindset. That's not the mindset that you want to have. We could talk about that. I'll talk about that in another video. Makes note to self. We're going to dive into that further. But know that looking for the perfect property comes out of a place of fear. And there's no such thing as the perfect property. What something looks like on paper doesn't always say the fate of it. So get that out of your head. There's no such thing as a perfect property anyways. Number 2, the second reason to not wait for the perfect, now that we know there doesn't exist, reason number 2 to not wait for the perfect property, all that's going to do is stop you from getting started. And it's going to put you in that analysis paralysis. It's going to put you in this camp of just not getting started, because when you go into it with a mindset of looking for the perfect property, what it means is you're looking for what's wrong in every other property. And if you try hard enough, you will find something wrong with every single property that comes across your desk. Because again, chances are you're probably coming from a place of fear more than from learning and getting started and getting your jump into investing. Now, a quick little disclaimer here. I am in no way telling you to just ignore any red flag about a property. That's different. I want you to be cautious, and I want you to be aware of what the red flags are and what the risk factors are. But you have to know how to mitigate the risk. I'm getting all tangled up here. You have to know how to mitigate the risk. There's ways to learn what is the risk. Is it a legitimate one or is it a fear-based one? So don't just run out and buy any property because Allie on YouTube said so. That is not what I'm saying. But you want to be able to catch yourself when you are just not getting started and you keep saying no to what honestly could be a great rental property or whatever kind of property you're doing. Reason number 3, and this really piggybacks on what I just said, reason number 2 being it's going to stop you from getting started. The other thing you need to know is that real estate investing is absolutely hands down an on-the-job training kind of industry. You will never learn everything you need to learn before you get started. You have to get started in order to learn to make the mistakes. And you have to be able to recover from those mistakes, learn from them, and move on. This is the mindset of an investor. There's no such thing as a successful investor who has never made a mistake. If you look at Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, all the big rigs, they have all lost millions of dollars over time. It's a learning curve. It's perseverance. It's going through it. So let's tie all these things together real quick. And I may bounce around the order I gave them to you. There's no such thing as the perfect property, for starters. There's no such thing as being able to learn every single thing you need to learn before you get started. And if you're waiting on those two things, you're never going to get started. So this, my friends, is a mindset game. Understand the perfect property doesn't exist. Chances are you're not going to find it as your first, even if it did, you're not going to find it as your first one anyways. You have to get that on-the-job training. Again, I'm not saying launch yourself into the deep end and just grab whatever because I'll learn from it. No, I'm gonna kind of give you I'm gonna give you a way to work with this. So hear me out for a second. Don't not get started because you're waiting on what fits your perception of perfection. Now, if you are in total agreement, hit the like button. But if you're in total agreement with what I'm saying, but now you're sitting there asking, okay, well, so don't wait until the perfect property. Don't let analysis paralysis get me down. But you just knocked the whole crowd of people that go flying off in the deep end. Where is the happy middle? Here's the happy middle in my book. If you can intelligently explain to me or to anyone else why you are investing in a particular property, you're ready to get started. It means that you have a certain level of knowledge and understanding of what it takes for a property to be successful. If you can intelligently explain the specific factors about a property in relation to that, get started. And then you're going to have the mindset of if something goes wrong or something unplanned happens or something unexpected, I am going to persevere through that. I'm going to fix whatever that problem is. I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to be a better investor afterwards. That's it. Now I'm going to give you 2 resources to help you. Number 1 is a little self-promoting. My book, Not Your How-To Guide to Real Estate Investing, Life Lessons on Hacking Your Mind Before You Hack Your Wallet, has so much information in it about this mindset that I'm talking about. Not only does it talk about things like failure or our perception of failure, analysis paralysis, all of the things that stop us from getting started, it also, at the end of the book, literally has a step-by-step guide. Ironic, since the title is Not Your How-To Guide, but there is a how-to guide to help you get started, to help you mitigate that balance between diving in too soon and not diving in soon enough. So I'm going to link to the book below. Go check it out. I tried to make it fun. I tried to put some personality in it. Let's be honest. Real estate investing books are kind of boring sometimes. So I tried to make this one fun, but it hits that whole mindset component. The second resource is a couple videos for you. Number 1, a whole video about failure, because our brains tell us certain things about failure. And failure, the fear of failure, is often what starts this whole dynamic of seeking perfection and analysis paralysis and needing to find the property that's gonna work. So go check out the failure video, and I'm also gonna throw one more video in there about perseverance and learning from our mistakes. And it's the mindset that will keep you going. So I want you to go invest. Not too soon. I want you to intelligently do it, but I don't want to see you anymore in this analysis paralysis waiting for the perfect property. You know what? I just thought of one more video I'm going to put in there. The most recent example, as I'm recording this video, of people waiting for perfection is interest rates jumped on mortgages a lot higher than people are used to recently. When that happened, people are like, oh, I'm not investing. Nope, the cash flow is not what it should be. I recorded a video in response to this and why, it's actually 7 reasons why, that I think you should keep investing regardless of the climate. And I feel like that will be a good tie to everything else we're talking about. So consider a little extra bonus video down there for you to click on. So go check out those videos. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button and tell me how you're feeling about it. Are you stuck? If you're stuck, leave a comment and let me know what you're stuck on or what you're stuck with. What's the thing that's going to get you over the hurdle? Or are you waiting on that perfect property? If you are, tell me what you deem to constitute perfect. I would love to hear it, and let's have the conversation. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. Make sure you subscribe so you get my new video each week, and we'll keep the conversations going.